He kept sending me letters even after the funeral. The first letter came exactly a week after we buried him. It was a plain white envelope, addressed in his unmistakable handwriting, looped, careful, the same way he used to label our grocery lists. My hands trembled as I tore it open, half expecting to find a cruel joke, half praying it was real. Inside was a single sheet of paper. "Dear Emma," it began. "I know you're angry I left without saying goodbye, but I need you to listen carefully. I'm not gone yet. Not completely." I dropped the letter, my heart racing. My husband, Daniel, had died 3 weeks earlier in a car crash on his way home from work. I saw his body. I signed the papers. There was no mistake, but the letter was dated 2 days ago. I convinced myself it was some old note he'd written before the accident, lost somewhere in the postal system. Grief plays tricks on the mind, I told myself. But when the second letter arrived 3 days later, the denial cracked. "Dear Emma," it read. "If you're reading this, I can feel you've started to doubt. Don't. I told you I'd always protect you. Remember the oak tree behind our house? Go there tomorrow at midnight. You'll understand." I didn't sleep that night. I sat with the letter in my lap, the words carved into my mind. At first, I thought about burning it, pretending it never came. But curiosity, or maybe something deeper, won. At midnight, I went to the old oak tree. The air was cold, heavy with silence. The moonlight spilled through the branches, and for a moment, I almost turned back. Then I saw it, an envelope pinned to the bark with a nail. My name written on it. Fresh ink. I opened it with shaking hands. "Dear Emma," it said. "You're so close now. But you have to let go of what's left of me. You'll find the last piece where we first met. Where we first met, the train station." The next morning, I drove there, feeling both terrified and foolish. The station was nearly empty, just the hum of distant tracks and the smell of metal and rain. I walked to the bench where we'd shared coffee that first day years ago. And there it was, another envelope, taped underneath the seat. My breath caught as I opened it. "Dear Emma," it read. "This is the last one. I needed you to follow, so you'd see I kept my promise. Look up." I did. Across the tracks, leaning against a pillar, was a man in a dark coat. Daniel's coat. He looked right at me. Not a ghost. Not a vision. Just him. Pale, thinner but real. My knees nearly gave out. He smiled faintly, the way he always did when he wanted to calm me. Then he turned and walked toward the end of the platform. I ran after him, calling his name, but when I reached the corner, he was gone. No trace. Just another envelope on the ground. Inside it, one final note. "You have to live now, Emma. I just came to say goodbye properly." I cried for a long time on that cold platform. When I finally stood up, I noticed something strange. The return address printed faintly on the back of the envelope. It wasn't our home. It was the cemetery. Plot 47. Daniel's grave. The letter stopped after that. But sometimes, when I visit his headstone, I find new envelopes tucked beneath the flowers. Blank ones. And though no one ever sees who leaves them, I always know, because the handwriting never changes.